Dave Hengel, Greater Bemidji, in for his normal monthly visit. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Got me all hungry with that steak recipe you just described.
That thing looks so good. Nothing like a 2-inch thick porterhouse steak.
Yeah, with a wood pellet grill.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Yes. How's the summer been?
Good. It's been actually, like, just talking, the weather's been great. And I like to golf, and so getting out on the golf course, had that little storm thing getting in the way a little bit, but looks like we're recovering pretty well.
I don't know. It seems to me like because of the storm, it really seemed to shorten the summer. Because there was a chunk of time where nobody was doing anything other than cleaning up their yards, which I understand. But
Yeah, for sure.
what's the fall like for Greater Bemidji?
Well, it'll be busy. You know, we're finalizing some of our storm loans. We did a partnership effort with the Northwest Minnesota Foundation, ourselves, HRDC, the city, where we provided some loans to some businesses. We've probably done, off the cuff, 25 or so loans that'll help businesses get kind of past the urgency. So moving through that, getting those in place. And then, of course, our rail corridor project and YMCA project is heating up in a big way right now, and we're going to start seeing some action in the rail corridor.
It seems like it's been so long since this project was first an idea that to actually get something happening, it's gotta be rewarding for all the effort that you and the rest of
Yeah, it
People
isn't
have done.
done yet, of course. We got a little work to do, and so I want to knock on wood and do anything else a superstition calls for. But I will say it's been a long community effort, not just Greater Bemidji, not just our staff or our team, but boy, there has been a lot of community members involved in this over the years. Some that have continued on, some that aren't. But this, when we get this done, it'll be a heck of a celebration for the whole community.
There's a lot of long-standing businesses that have been in town forever that would obviously support this and will support this that maybe can't right at this moment because of what's happened.
Right.
How has the storm affected fundraising efforts?
Big. Actually, we were scheduled to launch our community fundraising campaign, which is the next phase if you do a pace setter campaign, in early July. And we know what happened. The storm
Bad
comes.
timing.
And then, so we kicked it into a little long down the road. We also know that the United Way is launching their fundraising campaign in September, so we don't want to interfere with other nonprofits. So we will be targeting October 1st for a fundraising campaign. It doesn't affect, ultimately, the timing of the YMCA or anything like that. It just bunches it up, right? And truly, even the businesses that were affected have been so generous to date. And community members are emerging. And all it does provide us a little bit of time to make sure we're ready to go, right? Our website's ready to go. You can link online, you can pay online, you can submit pledges online, you can do it by text. I mean, all those different things, our background stuff that have to be ready to go. So when you say let's go, this community knows how they can contribute and where.
It is very well known, and I think people that have lived here long enough may lose sight of this fact, but it's one of the poorest parts of the state.
We are.
And yet, we still come through with the United Way's fundraiser last year, for instance, was the biggest one that they've ever had.
Yep.
And yet, here we've got another big project, and yet people still step up. What does that say about what makes the area what it is?
It's kind of amazing. We are poor, but we also are generous. It's an incredible combination, and I think part of it's because we're poor that we know we have to come together. We have to all, join together to pledge and make things happen, or else it just doesn't get done here. It's not easy to do things in our community. We are the poorest, one of the top 3 poorest counties in the state of Minnesota. Have been historically, probably will be for a while. So that requires us to just do things differently. And they're so generous. The community's so generous. It's incredible. And I've shared the story that I get. We've gotten large pledges. Sanford Health, of course, their major pledge. We're not here without them. Major pledge from Nielsen Foundation as examples. But my favorite is I get a thank you card in the mail from a lady who lives on Minnesota Avenue with the writing seems like she might be an older person who talks about this was a dream of hers for Bemidji for years. And she'll send me a $25 check. And she's done that 3 times now. And
Wow.
those donations really are ones that keep you going, and keep you moving.
Keeps you coming back to the office every morning when you get stuff like that.
Right. When you're in a project, and this is a project that speaks to the community in so many different ways. If you want to clean up a contaminated site in the heart of our town, that speaks to you. If you want to really support your downtown, should speak to you. If you care about the health and wellness of our kids and our families, should speak to you. If you want to try and recruit workers to your community, this is many that will help you do that. And so this is just, again, it's a unique project, almost a perfect storm, where it speaks to everybody in a different level.
Even since the YMCA of the Fargo area got involved, because there were a lot of iterations of this program before
There were.
that. How has the project even morphed, though, since they said, yes, we're in?
Well, lots of things. So first off, if you remember, the primary one that we worked on was in 2019, and it was a really large complex. We were able to do far more because the costs weren't near what they are today. So, first off, it's not the largest massive facility we had hoped we could do back in 2019. But here's the good news. I mean, and I think this is a project that is, I believe personally, that has gotten better as the time has gone on. It's in a better location. I think it's in a better place. It's being led by a group that does this. It's being led by a group, the YMCA, that is 100% committed to full access for all community members. That concern that's been out there in the community is are we building a wellness center for the wealthy? That is simply not the case if you know anything about the YMCA and their mission. And so I think in that process, a lot of the questions and concerns in the community have gone away. And for those who get an opportunity, and Steve Smith, who's the CEO of the Y, is in our community, just about every month for an extended period. For those who are there and able, they should sit down and meet him. You're going to see a very mission-focused person who simply wants to support our community.
You mentioned the Nielsen Foundation.
Yeah.
The Northwest Minnesota Foundation does a lot in the area. I don't know quite how to word this, but to me, they go largely unheralded, and they are so behind the scenes that people don't even know all the good stuff that they do.
They do.
Do we function without entities like that?
I don't think so. We need all hands on deck, and whether it's public organizations like the city and county and in full throttle, or the philanthropic level, or our nonprofits that all come together. Without all that, plus a healthy, vibrant business community, we're just not able to function, as you call it. So, again, particularly with projects the size of this, you just have to have everybody in support and moving forward together.
Launchpad is part of your umbrella, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
And Brian, it comes in every second Thursday.
Yep.
He brought Launchpad in, brought La Valley Industries in last time. Stitsworth's was in earlier this summer. Some cool stuff with BSU and robotics and STEM project and that kind of stuff. I want to say this to you, but I should be saying this to him. He does a great job.
Yeah.
And connecting with people in this town that have brains that are just wired a little bit different in a good way.
In a good way.
Can you just talk about how that umbrella has grown from Greater Bemidji and how you utilize all these really smart people in town?
Yeah, I'd love to take credit, right? But I got to tell you, if you think about some of the major young companies in our community, it is the founders of those companies that created the Launchpad and challenged us to house it. The Jason LaValleys, the George Princes, the Eric Hokuffs, Michael Stitsworth, Jason Brodina. I mean, these are guys, folks, entrepreneurs that all came together and said, we need to do more for our startups. And they've grown to, of course, to a different level. Each of their companies have done really, really well and continue to have a major impact on our community. But in the process, they wanted to make sure there was something there for others who were about to go through exactly what they went through. And so we're blessed to have them as the core, but also to kind of feed on it as well. And I got to give some credit to the state of Minnesota. They have changed focus, and since we started the Launchpad, more towards startups and entrepreneurs, which has not been the case in my career. Yeah, it's hard to think about, government and state and entrepreneurship together, but there's a thing they call Launch Minnesota that they started that was also helped us help our startups.
BSU just started this week. The new people entering the workforce for these kind of innovative jobs, well, they're in our backyard right now.
Right.
BSU, like all of higher education, has had their issues for the last 5 years, and I think people understand why. How important is BSU, though, to what makes this community work?
Critical. And if you don't believe me, go to Grand Rapids or go to different towns that sure wish they had a higher ed like a BSU, right? I mean, and seriously, in Alexandria, places that are regional centers that wish they had a university. And so, the university's gone through struggles, as all have, through the COVID. And so we're, really trying to help in any way we can to increase the number of students. That's really what it's about. We need more kids. We need more kids on campus, quite frankly, because it's not just about providing the workers of the future. It's also about the fact that the kids are walking downtown. They're having a good time on Thursday and Friday nights. They're spending their mom and dad's money and enjoying our community. Well, when you lose a third of your on-campus students, or whatever the number is, I don't know the data, it has a major impact on our community. So any way we as a community can support BSU, we need to.
Well, that's one of the reasons that as the Beaver Radio Network, part of our group of stations, we support BSU Athletics, because you know what? They can't do that remotely.
Yeah.
They have to be here
They
to do that.
have to be here. And I wonder, out loud, I'm wondering how many on-campus students are athletes. I bet it's a large percentage.
The vast majority.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And they've grown their student population from 350-ish 10, 15 years ago to now approaching 500.
Wow. And you think about it, and just as a fan, right? I mean, what a blessing to have a university that provides great football, great hockey, great, other sports that we can go to and enjoy.
Dave, you have a great Labor Day weekend.
Thank you. Have a good day.